So, so, so let's get break down tonight's Friday Night Smackdown. So, so if you want to buy something like that has some t-shirts of merchandise, is now available on dailyshop.com. And get the free merch of Dan Hassan onto the into the back of course. So I'm gonna get one notification on all my expenses right here on my screen below. So I like Friday Night Smackdown tonight. It was a fantastic show. So it was really good, I think. So to get two separate ways. So let's go live right here on tonight's Friday Night Smackdown and so much more. So let's just start first off tonight on Friday Night Smackdown tonight. So and they don't want to wait for their match. So I just let the show open in CA's ALS has Drew McIntyre was song has instinct to say goodbye to into the parking lot after crossing into his car on purpose. Agent of Drew McIntyre with Charlie made his way into the area and landed on his mic until Nick Aldis came out. After he told to come out and yell at him. So Agent of Second 5-2 made his way to the ring, passed to security guard, and went like after Drew McIntyre. They fought all around the ring, has a Samoan werewolf, and tried to get revenge. Agent of security guard tried to drag him away, but Second 5-2 enfeed himself and put Drew McIntyre through the announce table with a big splash. And this was a great way to open the show tonight. It was much more risky in the national talking of full assessments that we get it made. I didn't just feel in Second 5-2 and Drew McIntyre for even more. And just even without a towel. And this storyline feels like one of the most independent on Smackdown heading into WrestleMania. So for me, I think about Second 5-2 could face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 42. So that's my opinion. Because Justin not get involved. Justin might get WrestleMania match very soon. I will book that match. I would. Probably someday. So here's the next match. So we have the MATs taking on against Damian Priest and R-Truth. And last time info asks Damian Priest and R-Truth on the Las Vegas Smackdown March 13th, and MATs lost to the Riot 6 on Smackdown March the 17th. So, Anderson and Miz tag title match was forced up with R-Truth and Damian Priest, assassin Tama Tonga and Stacey Machado. The rest of the MFTs were at the ringside tonight. Added with the Alliance Lantern is still in their passing. Anderson also formerly took a lot of damage and trial took his commercial break, but he began making some headway but once the show was back. Anderson the match itself was really revenge, but it was also a perfect expression of how so far the Smackdown Tag Team Division has fallen 6 months ago. This brand had several tag team turning the house down, and every night now it feels like a seal of its former self. I just worry Truth and Damian Priest ended up getting the victory to become the new tag team champions, and thanks to some help from Uncle Hattie taking out Sokoa at the ringside to Paranoid and Stratus. And the winner on this match are Truth and Damian Priest. I think it will always be a little worried when Delivery does replays of something that happened a few minutes ago. It's not having to rap to his own interest music when his interests feel incomplete, and it will be kind of fun for the MFTs to do the feeble wall, but add it with all 5 guys so you never knew who will be the match until it started. Into of Stacey Machado is so undersized, seeing you guy his size do a steady missile is always fun. So I got the highlights here after the service starts tonight. So let me see just highlights I just watched. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here, guys. Give me 1 second. What's that? Okay, so I just know that's what's up. I love R-Truth, but wow, has the money have fallen with Damian Priest, a former world heavyweight champion, to just, I guess this was a right call, because instead of Sosacore, MFT has both status, aka Uncle Hattie and Riot 6, don't need the WWE Tag Team Championships. MFTs carry those belts like Ravens, now 100, to R-Truth commonly Owl, and to Jimmy Police for cast in NXT tag titles. Cody did thanks to Triple H for buying the time again. So I like also to do maps tonight. I really liked it. So here's the next maps. So next match we have Exium, Navy Whistle against Major C Machine Guns. A last time in full Athens, Exium, Navy Whistle lost to Paula Cruz and Matt Cardona on into main event on March 13th, and Machine Guns lost a gauntlet match on Smackdown March 6th. Agnes, a tag team division, has continued, and to be highlighted is the second match with Newman, Friesel, and Exciting taking on Chris Subin and Alex Sully. And these are two of the teams who made SmackDown so much fun to watch last year, so it was great to see them to step back into the New England Guild for the first time since August. After both teams, the favorite brisk in pace and doesn't do speed and going to put on exciting has a performance. Every visit was probably fun to watch with his high risk offense and carries the way and ended up entirely fine to hope. So was award Machine Guns to pick up the win, but it seemed like Chris Subin was a whole instance when he got to the pin and it was a dirty finish. This was one of the most entertaining WWE matches of the week. And the winner on this match, the Machine Guns. Until we saw it tonight, it was Dan Hazen, the Stokes and the money from Kenneth LeRae. Also, Sanga Gullo is laying flat out until Kenneth LeRae put the money on Sanga Gullo's pocket. You see, I just would think he will remove a of cost and from Sanga Gullo. I just said speed at which the newly visit wants the ropes is always positive. Newly visit almost a few right past Quasipin and Alex Sully when he hit a dive also the top rope because he was going to so fast. So, in speaking to Afabo Speaks, he said, Randy Orton has arrived outside the area and made his way to the ring and to explain his prowess from last week he did and when he boldly attacked Cody Rhodes that night. I've seen it from last week when I saw that. After he said, instead of saying, just sue, this is what I'm saying right now. After he used to attack Rhodes and spoke about how he has tried to return the love that the fans have shown him, but he has been faking it. This was the past all the years we have gotten several hair tones in phase tones from the purple, so it's very hard to put a new angle on it. And he did his best to give a promo assessment, and that fit with his character work, but his didn't teed it any new ground. So WWE talent set the blood stain on his sword. So after he got the blood on stains on my sword right here on his sword from last week into his new merchandise designs, I just said the title card was still searching for Randy Orton, so we might going to end up seeing Cody Rhodes get booed when they met at WrestleMania into becomes. So here's the next match. So we have Oscar Black goes 1-on-1 against Sami Zayn. Our last time in full absence, Oscar Black has been undefeated Randy Orton on Smackdown February 20th. Sami Zayn undefeated Trick Williams on Smackdown February 14th. After the next match on the main card was to Sami Zayn and taking on Aleister Black. After the two had taken encounters at backstage from last week, and was before they could begin, to Trick Williams has arrived to watch the match from the ringside. So I like Trick Williams. He's really good as a rope that trick. So after he had Black tied to get an early advice by going after Sami Zayn a while, he was distracted, but Sami Zayn fought back and lowered on him into the corner and used to work with his opponents because they have a lot of small, while losing completely their sales of offense. And it is such too bad that Samantha felt like a police hole before Sami Zayn and Trick Williams' food picks up steam. Also after Trick Willie to eat a drink at Sami Zayn on spill on his head, spill like that, at him, and Sami Zayn attacked him. This lead to Black hitting his finisher as soon as Sami Zayn got back into the ring for the pin into the win. In the win on this match, Aleister Black. So Randy Orton was seen attacking Matt Cardona backstage. Oh yeah, I got this highlight right here. So about that. What's that at? Okay, there you go. Instead of this big mistake, so Matt and Cardona over between Randy Orton. So I want to see them fight. Yeah, Randy Orton he's back since like last year, since like 2009. Randy Orton has a title set. I remember that day before. So I was there that night at 2009 I went to live shows that night. I was still has Randy Orton his entrance. I was still that night when I was up this live shows. I was still before then. So I saw this clip when I just watched that. I'm gonna do numbers for the clip and just commentary. I did Matt Cardona is when he came back such to be roasted in backstage assessment. So I did Matt Cardona wanted WWE to bring him back. Now he's a soak. Okay, I think of Gronk what that big mistake he did. I think he may have changed his name, but WWE still sees Zach Wallace's name. I was Matt Cardona year back, of course, I do. And Randy as his favorite Zach. So I've seen that before. I seen that clip when I starting to do live shows when I start doing reviews every same week. So why do they hate Matt Man? Okay, that's a messed up here. It's don't mess with the example Randy Orton. And you cross a line and you send it across Matt. Man, I need Randy if some movies, dude, can really do emotions. Matt didn't deserve that. He should. If Zach Wallace should stay on Senate of Indies. I don't know. So let me see here. And after Randy Orton said, stay out of Randy Orton's business. So I saw that clip before continue on. I just a pop of Drake audience was great. So WWE Universe has really grown to love him much. Azure Black is a nice knee ball of submission. So this was a new analysis of folk factions of say Cargill between whole say Cargill came to the ring and normally call out Ray Ripley, who wasted no time coming out in the response. So I think it looked like Mason and B-Flat were going to attack, say, Cargill and Hefty was leaving, but they ended up throwing her to be down Ray Ripley. And this made no sense. Mason and B-Flat have been pulling with say Cargill for months. And then now they are standing on her side without any reasons. Nothing about his assessment make sense or added to the ongoing storyline. Engine of say target outfit was look like see skinny and muff it to make it. So engine the just clip between Amazon Law has fought on the man's best days. After that he went into Den Hazen and he was disappeared. So here's the next match. We have Kamala Hayes goes 1-on-1 against Izzy Dragunov. A last time info Athens, Izzy Dragunov lost to Tanga on Smackdown February 20th, and Kamala Hayes on defeating Dr. Wano Suno on Smackdown March 6th. Izzy Dragunov went to Nick Aldis and confides him to book a United States Championship match against Kamala Hayes after he gave the Man Dragon a pep talk from last week. And these two have a very respectful friendship, but as soon as the match started, they will both join hands to make it an intense fight right away, and these two have never had a bad match. Also, in the most of the time, they still to the show whenever they cross path. It's gonna be just to the point that it feels pointless for them to bring the best out of the East all. And they fought 2 commercial breaks and made the most of every minute, and Kamala Hayes was able to get to the win by painting combinations to cap off a fast-stick and Connells, and the winner of this match, Kamala Hayes. So, as we find out, it's second fight 2, and Drew McIntyre got into an oval fight backstage before this match. And so the 30 couple of minutes was in awesome things. So the announcer made a big deal out of Izzy Dragunov wanting to on a rematch, but he lost his last bout, so when he did, he owned it. As you fell away, Kamala Hayes hit the announce table. It was look painful. Hey guys, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. So just give me 1 minute. You can use the comments right here. They can talk about some more. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So, where I'm at. Okay. So, I just like told you a couple of minutes. Oh, yeah, I did. I'll read that part. I just announcers made a big deal is out of isn't talking about wanting to on a rematch, but he lost to his last bout. So when he did on it, I just in a way his announced to look painful. So this is my favorite suspect right here. So this was a slam party bottle. Also after a break, Kate Wilson was inside the ring, is ready to call out Suddy Rowe for causing the line last week. Also has assumed as Suddy Rowe got into the ring, he wasn't ruled out to a full him, so he grabbed a mic. He was grabbed a mic, and he was asked for a ref so they could fight, but it wasn't said he was due to fight with his words. Okay, that was interesting. After he read a poem he wrote, after while Sully looked on confused, and Sully prayed to respond with a series of mom's soaks until he wasn't attack him and left him down into the ring, and we will put him money on this, leading to Kate Wilson in the Miz. The Miz against Suddy Rowe and Dan Hassan at WrestleMania. Oh man, this is gonna be good. So, Randy Orton was so apologizing to Suddy Rowe backstage for serving him last week, and Suddy Rowe tried to talk some, this is what makes sense, into him, and Kate Wilson's gimmick feels, Kate Wilson's gimmick feels very, I'd say 2006. So, I remember that day before, I think. So, the last one to be our main event for tonight. Give me 1 second here, guys. Okay. I just this is Forrest against the Butter Twins. Alaska info as Visible Force has been on your feet solid for you. Let's embrace of Smackdown March 13th. Supporters in Ronda Rousey has been on your feet via Squad Raw October 8, 2018. Oh yeah, I've been watching that show before. This was back in 2018. For years, I've been watching that match between Ronda and the brothers. So do you guys think, last time I've been watching in 2018, like the brothers attack Ronda Rousey that then, I think. So I remember that day before I was back in 2018. It's been a long time. 2 years. So, switching years. And it was the first time in almost 8 years, Nikki Bree teamed up to take on Nia Jax and last event for the women's tag titles. Into the brothers involved in early attack by the series to take the open hand, but not a sex, till they fall back into solid fleeting bliss, so up towards the max, and that the stresses let less and less take its toll. Underwater, this was a hurtable mass. You could see some wing rust on both of the body twins. Ultimately, it ended in a DQ when solid attack, not a sex, for attempting to use whole title belt musical weapons. Anderson's champions ended up taking out of both teams, which means this will almost categorically lead to a triple threat turnabout in eventually. In this match, is no contest. So with more amounts from next week, Nick all support Kate Wilson. Here we go. 101 against 30 Roll for next week. And Nia and Nikki have a very slow squashes. Every into the maps, it looked more like the real practicing Indian wrestling. As you win, Nikki hit a close body drop from to the top rope, and she didn't something dove at her, and opponents and Cody wrote way more empty and did when someone sounds hollow. So this is the final word. So Randy Orton was sung and talking to someone on the phone call, and it was before the final break. He said he was going to head to the ring to fix it, and when he got to the ring, and he must have been asking Matt Cardona to sign him. And he apologized for how he treated him on the inside of the show. After Matt Cardona appeared to forgive him, but then Randy Orton kicked him below to the belt and hit an RKO, and he stomped on Matt Cardona, his arm, and while it was wrapped up in a seal deposit, that was the soul of the vessels trying to talk him down. I just said title so is ended with Say Goodbye too. And Drew McIntyre fighting outside the area, they ended up falling on an offended platform out of this feud. Has the assault went off in the air. And this week's Smackdown had some high nights, but it also had some lows, so it ended up out to the penny of also on this full episode. So two biggest highlights were Nevin Fleetwood exciting against Michael C. Machine Guns as a U.S. title bouts with Hayes and Ethan rocking up with was defining to the best. Jerry match we got this week. Randy Orton's story throughout the full episode was an interesting path to follow, spoken with the mystery of who he has been talking to in the background. in WWE, it still has a lot of work to do when it comes to making WrestleMania more see. So the next few weeks are going to be very interesting as we get closer to the POE. So that's it for this week. Oh yeah, I've been posting this Hall of Fame video. I've been posting this about 1 hour ago, and you can check it out. Hall of Fame class 2020-26. I posted this video out a long time ago. Since you guys know information on my YouTube info. So let me see. Let me see here. Okay, this is my favorite part here. Oh, I remember this of Kane has Zach Wild and this Lucille. I don't know what year's that part, that band. Kane and Zach Wild. Was it that band goes? Is it 2008 or 2009? I don't remember. So, let me see. Let me look it up quick. I think about last year of 2012. Yeah, 2012. I just watched that before when King posted Zach while off of the stage on the whistle. Now I just remember that now. I need to watch that clip again of King and Zach Wild. I haven't seen that part for many years. I've seen that part before, I think. Let me see. Randy Orton's playing nice to accept the kids again. That's really nice to him. After we've been friends for 20 years, in 20 years, this was what Randy has made a name for himself. So yeah, it did not live life. AOL. I just think like it, many people left to go home, thinking that tag team was just our main event. I remember this part just like 5 years ago. So, this it was to a reminder that 5 years ago, tomorrow, Alexa Bliss pinned Randy Orton at Fastlane back in 2021. Yeah, I remember that day before when I just watched that. So this clip of 2021 has a relate to Fiend, and we lost Bray Wyatt since then. Has Bray Wyatt retired, and we lost him for many of years. So, for me, I'm a big fan of wrestling for a very long time. So, hey guys, I got one favor for you guys to start out to anybody here today. So I've been posting this wrestling live vlog wrestling channel. They can check it out. I got Sword channel on my YouTube page. You can check it out. Check it out. So it's new wrestling is on there. Besides AJB on the collision, I've been posting that. Like live shows. I'm doing that for my anniversary of pro wrestling for me, my career. I've been working hard ever since day one, before 2018 for years. So I kind of saw that coming. I hope we get something new for Matt Cardona as well. Why does he have to punish his Randy Orton just what Randy wants? AFC. This does not make any sense. I still want to know who Randy is talking to on the phone. Probably Shane McMahon. That's what I'm thinking of. Or probably what's it when the Orton's calling his phone? I remember that. Let me see here. Let me make it quick. Give me 1 minute here. Let me look it up faster a minute. Okay, as in March of 2026, Randy Orton engaged in a mystery ongoing his phone stolen on WWE on television following his turn on Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton indicated on the phone that he had been awkward by a mentor, stated that wrestling has more than one warrior family and hinted at taking control, leaving the fans a spot about securing other person onto the ON. What's the way he said? I say, Cowboy Bob Orton. I think, what he missing, I think. Or probably doing something to rock. I don't know. So, let me see here. Hold on. I say doing something to rock. Or probably Ted Jesse Bossy sooner. So, I say Ted Jesse Bossy sooner. Could we head back to WWE soon with Randy Orton again? That's what I'm thinking about. Or probably Aleister Black or Aleister Black or Cowboy Bob Orton. And the last one is Kevin Owens. And we haven't seen him since after his neck posted surgery for half a year. I was guessing about, I say, yes, so a road to WrestleMania can often coming from the stars. I need to hope there's possible history between rivalries when it comes to Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Sword man has been missing in that. The question is Ted DiBiase's son, who was their partner, inside a legacy of four fashions. And Ted DiBiase's son could be brought in by Randy Orton to play some mind games and get under his skin of Cody Rhodes, destroying his own. Certainly it will indeed not be a big surprise at all to see Randy Orton attack Ted DiBiase sooner and take him out to assault his new and sofa side. So this way you see that plays out. So I will keep you guys update any more of Ted DiBiase sooner when it comes to WrestleMania 42. Might be a sword big mystery into WrestleMania 42 comes. So, just so you guys know, I remember what he said. So here's the last part here for today's. And we will just wrap this up. We'll do some live polls. Maybe the last one for today. So, I think we're a great show. It's going to end it, but doesn't just seem a bit over the top unless there's only Randy and Cody Rhodes. I think most random and ending or just Smackdown L. They couldn't have wrote any worse. I just so it's no Drew against Signify 2 at WrestleMania. Both guys went off on TV now. They should, I think, to book it. I say, okay, so I said, just make Drew mandatory against Signify 2 at WrestleMania 42 8 no horse balls match. Against this match. And watch the two Warriors go to the wall and beat the hell out of each other. I'm going to love every second of it. So I want to see Second Part 2 and Drew needs to be on I Quit match or No Holds Barred or Last Man Standing match at WrestleMania 42. So this way you see that goes play out. So let me see. I think Nick Aldis, you might need some drink, like Anna Paris did on Mondays. Nick Aldis is doing a great job tonight, bringing the show on Smackdown tonight. He's doing a great job, is what he's doing now. So, let me see from next week's match. From next week. So let me see from next week on Pittsburgh next week. I'm gonna see the matches on here next week. Okay, we have Daily Smackdown March 27th. We have 3 things from next week on Pittsburgh until March 27th. Let me see a date here. So March 27th will be on Friday at Pittsburgh next week. So we have 3 days announced next week. So that's it for this week. So let's go on YouTube live polls right away. And wrap this up. Give me 1 second. Okay, we have 60% really like this show tonight on Smackdown. 2% is right, and 40% didn't like it. Let's get to my Instagram polls. We have 85% really liked it. 12% is right, and 1% didn't like it. Let's go to my on Twitter poll for this week. So we have 3% really liked it. 100% is right, and 2% didn't like it. So I hope you guys have a great Friday, and hope you guys have a great weekend. So if you want to check out, you want to switch back my second channel of Tony's Late Reviews. I will post that tomorrow. I haven't done it since about I'd say 2 months. I haven't posted it since yet. So I will get you guys update. I will let you guys know. So that's it for this week. So I hope you guys have a great Friday. Have it rest of your weekend. And I'll see you guys on next week from Monday Night Raw. Next week is so much more. So you get Watch Diggle, Spotify, Occupy, Spotify Radio, and podcast. Anything is so much more. When I do hold the nows into next week from Monday Night Raw. And Tuesday we have NXT coming up next week. We have AEW Dynamite on next Wednesday. And we have Smackdown that week. And we'll see you guys next month. So I'll see you guys next week for Raw. And don't forget to stay tuned. Any more news come out this week by me. So anyone to check this out on my channels, check this out to anybody here today. So that's it for right now. So I hope you guys have a great night. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.